Hello everybody, welcome to episode 3 of the Civilization 5 Europe AI battle that we're currently running. Again, it is just sort of a warm-up game. Hopefully we can have some more intense ones, and more interesting, some of the more creative ideas. I just wanted to get this one up and running. As I said, a lot of the modded civs that I usually use aren't working, so I'm going to have to do some hunting for some replacements and other things. But it's okay. We're at turn 186. It is only, well, it's essentially episode 9, right? Because I used to do 15-minute parts. Now I'm just doing a 1-hour batch at once. So essentially this would normally be episode 9. And we're already at turn 186 as opposed to where we'd normally be like turn 25, 30 maybe. So you can definitely note quite a big improvement. And hopefully we can push it a bit further here. So that will be, yeah, we'll see what happens. But there's a lot going on. Across the map, still not really clear. I think Assyria is doing very well, but there's a lot of civs who are doing quite good, so very much up for grabs this game, that's for sure. Babylon here though, probably not going to last too much longer, I'm afraid. Sorry Babylon, you tried your best, but it's not working out for you. Russia grabbing the porcelain tower. I guess we can do a little map review while we're here. We'll start in this corner. So we've still got Arabia here, still pretty big, but obviously next to Assyria, kind of dwarfing them a little bit scary for them. Yeah, Assyria's looking very comfortable here in the northern part of the Arabian Peninsula and up towards Anatolia and the Ottomans. The Garabantes just grabbed Crete here. Egypt then is here with Mercuria next to them. What else we got? We got the Garamantes sort of stretching across North Africa. Bit more from Assyria. Carthage also with their own North African cities, and then we've got Morocco, Mali and the Songhai who have been surprisingly peaceful towards each other for the duration of this game, but there you go, they've left each other alone for the most part. We then have Portugal. Yep, Portugal, who are doing really well on technology, so they're definitely still a big contender. Little old Spain, they're just Madrid now, not much remains for them, but they are trying. Rome is of course doing quite well. They look like they were a contender actually as well, at least based on the info addicts and stuff. So there you go, they're up there, they're quite big. Got England, who has obviously made some progress into mainland France and did conquer the Celts completely last time out, so they're in a good position. France does have a bit of island though to make up for not having the rest of France, I guess. The Netherlands went on a bit of a storm, but then it sort of slowed down a little bit, so we'll see how that goes for them. But yeah, they did lose out on Brussels, that obviously falling to France. But Antwerp is still here for Belgium. Not much left, but it's something. And the Danish donut sort of continues around them. Austria's here, just looking quite nice. They've actually grabbed a new city within their territory. Poland v the Goths, that might start to matter. I don't know if Russia, I don't think Russia is involved. I think this is just open borders, but Russia could make this a whole lot worse. And then Sweden is just up here doing their thing. And what remains of Denmark is here with a tiny French city as well, and then we have the Huns in Russia to bring us kind of full loop around the map. And I think we missed Byzantium there. They're doing their thing, as are Greece and Wallachia down here, looking pretty cool. The Huns and the Ottomans, peace out, and nothing. Oh, well, the Ottomans did grab Warwick here, very Hunnic name, and yeah, the Ottomans did. Yeah, that was pretty good for them, I guess. And they're still here. They've got a fairly good enough military. I think they can at least protect themselves for a bit longer from Assyria, as Babylon cannot protect themselves, and they are sadly eliminated from this game. They tried their best, okay? They tried. Didn't quite work out for them. Wasn't to be. Turn 190. There we go. We are flying through towards 250. We'll probably, I don't know where we'll do results. The actual official result is normal at 250 or 300. It depends how it's looking, tech-wise. If someone's at 80 or not, probably. The Netherlands complete the Louvre. Okay, there we go. Nice little wonder for them. But yeah, we will definitely 100% be pushing it just as far as we can out of fun as well, I think. Obviously not if it gets, it will slow down quite too much at some point. But, I'll try and push it further than we normally do, just to get an idea of how far we can go. Make this a really, really good tester series, I think. But, I mean, I say test. You guys watched so much of episode 1. That was ridiculous. Like, you could tell that I haven't posted one in nearly 2 months, or a new one at least in nearly 2 months, because that line shot up very quickly of how much you guys are watching. It was insane, and it stayed up since then, the 3 days since, which is maybe more of a surprise, I guess, because it's longer. People maybe don't all watch it on the first day. They maybe break it up, and now I know, just as I you know, recording this, I know that the other one has actually just gone live as well. So that's good. And luckily, as I'm actually recording this one a bit early because something came up, which meant normally I go to my dad's house. That's not happening this week or this Wednesday as I record this. So I'm actually able to get ahead on this series, which means there might be less delays, if any delays, on it in the future. That's good. We can just get ahead. I'll probably be able to record for about half an hour today. And that means it's just half an hour less at the weekend, or I could do the normal amount of the weekend and like have another half an hour. Actually, that'd probably be a bit awkward. I'd probably try and fill it out the whole way, so I've done an extra hour. And that would just make it a lot easier for me. So there you go. Perfect luck. Although, kind of not luck. I mean, I couldn't go because the boiler broke. There's no water, so that was why. But it's getting fixed tomorrow, so it's okay. Don't worry. No panic there. Right, what are we doing? Rome has been embargoed. Make a proposal. Embargo city-states. There we go. And for those of you wondering, I don't know. I know most of my viewers in the US, so you probably don't care. But it's still allowed in the UK because he lives by himself. So there you go. That's why I'm allowed to visit. I know you're not allowed to go into other people's houses, but because he lives by himself, we're allowed to like merge our house essentially. So there you go. Just for anyone, before anyone calls me out or anything, there we go. It is still, at least for now, allowed. It looks like they might actually strip back on that, but for now it is allowed. And it's very safe. You know, I don't do anything when I'm there. I just go sit in the living room for the day or whatever. I don't go. You know, I'm being very careful all the time, obviously. I do not really want to catch it, you know, ideally. Even if I probably would be okay. I never, you know, fingers crossed. Hopefully everyone will be, but there's plenty of people that aren't, so thoughts with them. Garamantes have adopted order. Oh, what is it? Okay, that's just a shrine, but it looked pretty cool for a second there. How do you have? I feel like Gatling guns are not that new. Are they? No, they seem pretty rare. Maybe the Garamantes are just doing really good all of a sudden. But there you go. They've got them, so that's quite impressive, I guess. Oh, we actually have to look at the info addicts at turn 200. I completely forgot about that, to be honest. We're nearly there. It's 195 as soon as this one's over. Mercuria v Egypt. Finally, Mercuria versus Egypt. Now, this is going to be kind of close. I have no idea who's going to win this one. So I will be watching it with very closely. Mainly because it's gone a bit quiet in the other wars. So we can really focus on this one. Sorry for this making a funny noise. I'm moving my microphone a bit closer to my mouth. So hopefully it sounds a bit better. The Ottomans and Assyria teaming up on Byzantium, which could be interesting. I think this could go well for the Ottomans, actually, and maybe Assyria grabs like the southern cities. Byzantium does get a peace deal with Rome. Rome also gets a peace deal with Carthage, which just means these islands will be staying the same now. Russia versus the Ottomans is not so big, sorry. I was getting a bit carried away. Assyria is at war. They did a team war with the Ottomans and then attacked the Ottomans. So Assyria just wants everything in Anatolia. And that that stopped. I don't think the Ottomans will do so well now. Because obviously I didn't realise they'd have been fighting Assyria on the other side. So this could actually go horribly wrong for the Ottomans if Byzantium, you know, starts to do well against them. And Assyria's going to get to the Ottomans probably first. It's going to be a mess between those three. They're all at war with each other. It is going to be a big mess. Mali and Rome, peace out. Not that they were particularly close or anything was going on there, but there we go. That one's over. Oh, someone's made it to Iceland. I reckon it's England, just by the colour, but I can't really tell. But I think it's England. Yep, there we go. Canterbury. Just about as far away. I don't even know where Canterbury is. It's in Kent, I think, which is on like down here on this map. Although it's a little, I feel like it's made a little smaller than it should be. I feel like this area is too big and this area is a bit smaller. Maybe this should be like 2 tiles and this should be 2 tiles. I don't know. Whatever. Big citadel here. I think that would cover like the area that I live in. I don't know. Maybe this is where I don't know. It's very distorted because where I live is kind of close to London, but not really. Like, I think on this kind of map you'd say sort of here, this area, maybe this citadel tile. But at the same time, like, I feel like it would actually, I don't know. It's not very representative, I would say. But yeah, there you go. Something. I'm from England. There you go. I think you all knew that already, hopefully. But Everyone seems to tell me in game chats that I sound very English. They like my accent. I didn't think I really had like a specific one. I get like there's probably certain words I say, but didn't think like I don't really come from an area that has an accent. It's not like there's no like famous accents. You've never seen anyone attempt like where I'm from. It's not like a Liverpool or a Newcastle, something like that. So it's a bit weird, but there you go. Assyria has adopted autocracy. And okay, they are already making a ton of progress. I take everything back. Byzantium's screwed. Maybe the Ottomans have a tiny bit of hope. How's this war going? So far, just a lot of units taking damage between Mercuria and Egypt. I'm just drinking water, just because I'm ready. I know the Info Addict readout is coming, and that bit, just reading the names out repeatedly, I think that's what does you in when you're trying to record these. Let's get that voice prepared. It's been a bit... Okay, right. Are we ready? Are we ready? We're ready. Wallachia versus Greece. They don't border each other. Never mind. I was kind of excited there. I don't know why. Wallachia would have absolutely got crushed by Greece. But here we go. Technologies. Portugal, despite looking like they're, living on a different planet to the rest of these civs tech-wise, are only one ahead of Poland and Russia. The Netherlands then sit in 4th, and Askia of the Songhai, I did not know that. He's up there in 5th, although it's tied with Byzantium, Assyria, France. Okay, that's it. And then the Garamantes and Austria, the next best civs. And then there's a bit of a drop-off, actually, to Sweden and co. And there you go, 29 civs remaining active in the game. Right, here we go. That's not normal. Well, I assume the game is going to crash pretty soon. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I pressed escape just to try and get out of Civ, and it all came back. So that's at least some good news. It didn't crash or anything. So I'm just going to save, and then I'll try open it again. And if not, I can just press escape again, and maybe I'll have to do it once I've reloaded. That's sometimes the case. Yeah, that looks... There you go. I mean, escape works, look, so it's not... It actually looks kind of cool, I don't do it too much in case it breaks, but like, just, it looks kind of cool when you do it. Oh, there we go. It worked when I was looking somewhere else. Fair enough. Don't know what happened there, but I've never seen that one before. I've had it crash. I've never had it just disappear. But there we go. Whatever. Who knows? But there you go. Fun little one there. At least it solved nice and easily. Like I said, I just pressed escape to try and see if I could get out of the Civ tab, and it came back. So here we go. I can't even remember. Like this, it's so bad. I don't know if it's bad or not. To be honest, I feel like I shouldn't be able to remember. It's probably a good thing that I can't. I feel like it'd be a bit of obsessive if I could remember who was where last time around. But currently, a lot of the big population civs sort of died or took hits, so that does make sense. It's probably changed a lot. Population, Mercuria now leading the way with 19 million. Then Russia just behind on 18.9. Assyria then in 3rd. Poland 4th. Songhai in 5th. Rome in 6th. England 7th. The Netherlands 8th. And Portugal 9th. So a nice bit of Western European representation there after sort of the outskirts of Europe dominating the top of the list, and Sweden also in 10th, and Austria in 11th. So there you go, a lot of Western, or what you'd consider more European civs than the outskirts ones. Crop yield, Assyria leads the way quite heavily by over 100 million bushels. Russia's then in 2nd, Rome in 3rd, England 4th, Portugal and the Netherlands again. Those 4 very close at the moment. Poland and Sweden in there as well, with Mali and the Garamantes filling out the top 10. Production-wise, Assyria again with a very healthy lead. England up in 2nd, was not expecting that, but there you go. The Netherlands then in 3rd, Portugal 4th, Poland 5th, and Rome 6th. There is going to be some very exciting scores here. I think Assyria might be winning now, but, like England, the Netherlands, Portugal, Poland, and Rome, all have been in a row. I think Poland was one above on the population one. Someone else sort of mixed in, but apart from that, they've all been next to each other in different orders. So that's very exciting. The Garamantes then in 7th, Russia 8th, Austria again appearing in 9th, and Byzantium then in 10th. Economically, Assyria again leading the way, then Poland, and then Russia. Mali has the 4th biggest economy, followed by Portugal, the Netherlands, and England, all again in close succession. Mercuria, the Garamantes, and Sweden in 10th. Land area, Assyria with a monstrous lead, almost double the next biggest. Then it is actually the Netherlands in 2nd. Now, that does include a bit of the sea they have as well. But yeah, they do look quite big, I guess. Poland looks really big, but that's because they're next to Austria and they're both the same red. So I think it's like it distorts it a little bit. It's hard to tell who's actually who. England then sit in Rome in third, England in fourth, again surprising, but I guess they have a lot of the sea and they are quite big in general. Russia in fifth, like England over Russia, I wouldn't have expected that, but I guess, yeah, it's possible. Mali then in sixth, seventh is the Garamantes, eighth is Portugal, ninth Sweden again appearing, and 10th is Byzantium. There you go. There's some nations I'm surprised about not being on there. Poland isn't even in the top 13, as we can see. The Songhai look fairly big. Carthage, I don't look that much smaller than the Garamantes. Egypt was not on there either, and I thought they were bigger than Mercuria. But there you go, whatever, we learn. France is also nowhere to be seen on this list. They look quite big. Byzantium and Greece. Oh, Byzantium is there. Right, military manpower, the big one. Finally, Assyria is not winning one of the categories. Portugal leading the way here. Then it is Assyria just behind. Then a bit of a drop to England. Then Sweden, Mali, Poland, the Netherlands, Russia, Garamantes, and Austria. Rome finally misses out on one of the top 10s. Social policies, Poland well out in front with 24. Then it's Morocco with 18. Russia and Portugal 17. Austria, Mali, Byzantium, France with 16. England, Assyria, and Rome with 15. Happiness, Arabia leads the way by a long way with 52. Obviously, it's more important who has negative happiness. At the moment, it's only the Garamantes. As you see, only Ethiopia and the Celts have technically been eliminated, but this is not the list to check because I know Babylon's been eliminated. It's because it's complete kills is on. So if I go to like cities, that will show me who's actually dead, that list. Technologies. Here we go, Sumer in last place. I mean, they're not, again, technically really alive. They just have some units walking around, so don't worry about them. But leading the way, as we just saw actually on that other list, but Portugal with 51, Poland and Russia tied at 50, the Netherlands then on 48, 47 in a four-way tie for Byzantium, Songhai, Assyria, and France. The Garamantes and Austria then fill out the top 10 on 46. Net gold, still a lot of positives. Poland leading the way there. No one's on negative yet. Look, they're all on 0, but no one's on minus at the moment. So there you go. They're managing it. Cities, here we go. So the Celts are gone. Germany's gone. Ethiopia's gone. Babylon's gone. The Sumer's gone. I'm Venice, so don't worry about them. One city then for Wallachia, Belgium, Denmark, and Spain. They are the civs that are right on the edge at the moment. Then there's a bit of a jump to 4 for Arabia, the Ottomans, the Huns, the Goths, and Morocco. 5 for Mercuria, Egypt, and the Songhai. 6 for Poland, Austria, Carthage, and Byzantium. And now we sort of hit the top 10 almost. 11th place. Greece and France with 7. Russia, Portugal, the Garamantes, Netherlands, and Sweden with 9. England with 10 and Rome with 10. Mali at 13? Say what? I know they just grabbed 3 islands, so I guess. Okay. And Assyria with 21. 13? Doesn't look like it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this is a new one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And yeah, I mean, there you go. Up to 13. Fair enough. Oh, I didn't mean to hit next turn, but we'll go back to the info addicts next time, sorry. If they open, that is. We may have just lost our chance. Rome and Egypt piecing out. Austria versus Greece. We've seen that a few times. Not much has come of it, but here you go. It looks like Austria are ready this time. The Huns joining as well, but they're too far away. But yeah, Greece looks pretty open. And there we go. Assyria does grab a city off of Byzantium, so they're going to have a lot of success here. They definitely have enough naval power. I mean, this Bay area is going to be really difficult, though, because you can get bombarded from like all 3 cities. There's cannons along the side. That is going to be really tough, even for Assyria. I think that, right, lucky charm, when we moved over here for whatever reason, the info addicts did open. There we go, we're back. Don't know why it wasn't opening over the other side. I doubt that plays a part in it. It does sometimes when it crashes. It does depend who you're looking at. It's a bit weird, but that is not the case here. Right, city science output. Assyria is leading the way by a phenomenal amount, but they have to pay a lot more because they have more cities, so it does balance out a little bit. You can see they weren't winning the tech tree. They weren't making that much progress. We weren't running away with it. Russia in second. Portugal sitting well placed in third, and obviously they are the tech leader at the moment. Rome in 4th, Portugal, England, the Netherlands, Austria again. Strong representation for Europe. Songhai and France up there too. Culture output, Morocco is currently just leading Assyria. Then it is Poland, England, Russia, Mali, Greece, Byzantium, France and Austria. Wonders, 5. It's a tie for Mali and Morocco and West Africa. Then Mercuria and the Netherlands have 3. 2 for Spain, Austria, Byzantium, Portugal and England. And then Assyria just happens to be next out of everyone who has 1. Treasury, is anyone at 0? I guess not quite. Some are heading towards it, but no one's there just yet. We'll look at religion in a second, separately. We saw 1 influential civ, Morocco and Poland, both with 1. Great works, Poland with 13. Then it's England and Morocco and Russia with 9. Byzantium with 8. Assyria, Austria and France with 7. And then the Netherlands, Mercuria and more with 6. Trade routes, Russia has 6, leading the way with 5 cities. And then it's 5 for a lot of everyone else, essentially. We're not using trade routes anymore in the scoring system, because again, most of them are tied normally. Poland leads the way for tourism now, with Morocco in 2nd, Russia 3rd, England 4th, France, Austria, Byzantium, Assyria, the Netherlands, Mali. I don't know which one of those would be my destination of choice. I have been to not many of them. I haven't been to Poland, haven't been to Morocco, Russia. I live in England, so there you go. Have been to France for like 1 day, so that counts when I got off a cruise for the day in France. Have not been to Austria. Byzantium in this map, no, I don't think I've been there. Assyria, yep, no, haven't been over that way. The Netherlands, I don't think I've been there. Yeah, no, I haven't been to the Netherlands. I definitely haven't been to Mali, or the area of the map. I mean, yeah, there you go. I don't actually know where I've been that well. Most of my travelling was when I was younger. The only place I've really gone on this map, Iceland. I went to France for 1 day, went to Paris, had 1 day in Belgium as well, down here in Belgium, and went back to England, and then I've been to Spain a few times. I don't think I've been anywhere else in Europe, some of the islands of Spain as well when I was younger, but that's it. I haven't really done too much travelling. Did go to India when I was like a baby, but I don't really remember any of that, to be honest. But apparently I've been. It's pretty crazy, and I just can't remember at all. I was like one years old, so that's probably like the most, furthest away I've been. I've never been over the Atlantic. I'm not really the biggest flying fan. I like. I don't know how to explain it. I'm quite organised, and the airport for some reason just stresses me out so much. But there you go. Even more like than the plane. Like the fear of like being late for the plane. That is not good for me. Right, Russia has adopted autocracy. Byzantium has adopted freedom. There we go. Somebody did it. There you go. It's nice to see someone just playing along. Mercuria pieces out with Egypt. I don't think... Okay, 1 city changed hands. So they moved from 5 and 5 to 6 and 4. Thebes was under siege, so that does make sense that happened. And Portugal has pieced out with the Goths. There we go. That's the end of that one. I did just want to check religion. I did promise. I opened it and didn't read them out. Islam is now in 59 cities from Mali. Confucianism from Poland is in 44. Buddhism from the Sumer, who are obviously gone, and I guess it's kind of become the religion of Assyria now, in 24. 13 then for Eastern Orthodoxy from Mercuria. 11 for Catholicism, which must just be the British Isles, really. And then 3 for Hinduism from the Goths. So I'm guessing Islam's done very well. Not just in West Africa, but up into like Portugal. Yeah, it's only just coming up this way, but Rome as well, sort of fully adopting it for the most part. Actually, no, not so much in this area, but yeah, big parts of it have. Yeah, England is mostly Catholicism, but that's not really taken off anywhere. It's got to Orleans, but that's about it. Nowhere else. Byzantium actually retook their city. That's nice to see, but this one is just absolutely surrounded. That is terrifying. But, oh, no, they lost it straight away again. Ooh, that's pretty big. Poland versus... Well, this city's doomed. I think the mountains might spare Vienna. But, yeah, I feel like Graz here is in a bit of trouble. Portugal v Carthage, that could be pretty big, depending how many boats Portugal commit to it. And Mali will be helping on land. That's a nice duo, actually, because normally, yeah, Portugal sort of grabs the cities with their boats, and Carthage takes them back with land units. We've seen that so many times. But yeah, with Mali helping out, that could be That could be bad. That's not good at all. They won't enjoy that. And this city, yeah, already taken some damage. Sweden joins the war against Austria. But yeah, Poland, this could be a big one. I didn't even think, yeah, this city up here as well. It's quite big now, 11 pop. This would be a nice little addition for Poland. Another coastal city. Make the borders that little bit neater. Although it's kind of cool having an area like this. I mean, the borders are pretty neat. The only messy areas, there's little bits of Songhai, Mali and Morocco that are all entangled with each other. England's chunk of France and France's bit of islands a bit gross. Maybe they could swap. Obviously the French bit of Norway's a bit weird. Belgium inside the Netherlands is okay because there's no other bits of Belgium. I'm just looking at the mini-map, sorry for not scrolling around too much. Arabia and Syria have got a little bit of border gore here. I guess the Ottomans having Crimea is a little bit gross on the mini-map. And then the other ones like Egypt and Mercuria are sort of all over the place. Garamantes versus Spain and Portugal v Spain. Well, Portugal should be okay, but I hope they're not overcommitting here. Hope they're being careful. I was about to start the outro, but no, I've just finished my recording for today, which has now been split into 2 parts, so editing this is going to get very confusing. But yeah, like I said, I was going to get ahead as I was, presented the opportunity. Normally Wednesdays are a day where I'm not streaming because I'm not here, but today I am here, so you'll be seeing this on Sunday. But there you go. But it means I'll be able to do the next Wednesday and the next Sunday in advance. And I mean, by next Sunday, I don't even know, that might be a different series, so things come at you quick right now with this new PC's definitely giving me a much better ability to run these battles, that's for sure. Spain and the Netherlands piecing out. Portugal and Austria. Okay, that doesn't matter too much now. And Belgium v Spain, again, not mattering. Awkward cuts there, but I'm back for the 3rd time. I didn't expect the first half to get cut into 2, but then it did. So here we go. It turned 205. We're back with the AI battle. Hope you're enjoying it. So why am I saying this? Why are we back? We're not back. There was a jump cut. This has gotten really awkward. We're still here, though. We're still here. Let's go. Let's keep going. I'm so confused. Why did I think it was a good idea to split the recording in half? I had no idea. But yes, for you, it's been about 2 seconds. For me, it's been a day or 2. France versus Spain. Not so important. No, they can't really. Yeah, Spain's trapped here, aren't they? Portugal is going after them, so we'll see how that pans out for Portugal. Could see them getting that, although they are at war with Carthage too now, which we'll also keep an eye on. The Ottomans versus Austria. No, that definitely doesn't matter. They're miles apart. Songhai, Spain. Again, no. I think only Rome and Portugal matters for Spain. Antioch. Oh, that's this city this time. So Assyria adding their 2nd city off of Byzantium. Byzantium then declares war on Spain. Everyone's attacking Spain, but it doesn't matter too much. Only Portugal really has a shot at that one. The Netherlands and England peace out, which is good news for my pick, the Netherlands. And, I don't know if England probably could have done better there. I think if they'd have really gone for it, they could have got Amsterdam. Or maybe they should have gone for Utrecht, because it's a lot lower defence. Probably would have been a lot easier, and they could have, definitely got that. So then maybe they slipped up a little bit there. Songhai versus Austria. That's, again, not very close at all. Shame to report. Poland v Austria is, of course, going on at the moment. That is pretty big, and we can see here if Poland is successful. But it looks like they're struggling, which the AI tends to do when they have to fight in 2 separate directions. Although, that said, they are going to grab the city of Graz here, so maybe they'll miss out on Klagenfurt, but maybe that's not the end of the world. Especially if they grab this city. The others will be harder because they're sort of around the mountains. You'd have to come this way and get Vienna, which would be a big victory if they could. And meanwhile, Austria is just ignoring what's going on in the north of their own land, and they're just going after this Greek city instead. They said, we'll lose one, we'll gain one. It all works out the same. Although it doesn't really, because you both lose some population there, and it's not great. But, if you weaken Greece, I guess. I mean, you never know. Poland might completely thumble it, and you end up actually winning. It's a bold strategy. We'll give it to them. It's very bold, just letting this one maybe fall. I mean, you can't defend this one. That's just, you do what you can with what you've got, but that's it. And also, if Sweden is attacking them, which I did not know about, but maybe is happening, or Sweden's helping them, one or the other, whichever one it is, we'll find out pretty soon, I guess. Is there any more settlers heading to Iceland? No. Just England there at the moment with their city. No one else is heading up that way. But England is looking good. They've emerged as a contender. Definitely. The Goths and France. I mean, they are miles apart. But they peace out now. So the scary thing is, because we are going quite quickly now, I've noticed, with these turns, or I guess not necessarily quickly, I am putting out, what would have used to have been 8 episodes worth, so that does influence it too in a week. What am I going to say? I have to come up with a new battle pretty soon, because, it's turn 208, I imagine we're not too far from, we're maybe another couple of hours from 300. So, yeah, there you go. And obviously, I will try and push it beyond that, but I don't think we can sit here and watch it. We won't be able to sit here and watch it that whole time. But, we'll try and get to 300 just playing as normal, I think. And there you go. Poland does grab the city of Graz. So there you go. They look a bit bigger, and that did not work out so well for Austria, because they still haven't grabbed Argos here. And Vienna is now in Poland's sight, so this could be pretty big. Egypt with some denouncements. Belgium, Sweden. Syria is pretty quiet at the moment. Are they? Oh no, they're attacking the Ottomans, and I forgot these three are all at war with each other, aren't they? Very weird. But Assyria is now going after the Ottomans in the east. Another ideology. Who's this? Songhai going autocracy. How are they going? I think most of them are going autocracy, right? Or am I? No, there's only 3. Oh no, there's loads of autocracies, right? Yes, I was getting a bit confused there. The Order Civs heading towards revolutions. That is just Portugal and the Garamantes. Everyone else going autocracy. So yeah, that is going to be the ideology of choice for probably everyone else, really. I know there was a Freedom Civ. Freedom is obviously a bit less affected by revolution, but there we go. I don't really know. How can you revolt from freedom into order? I feel like it has to be... That has to come from the government. I don't think you can sort of flip the other way. I don't know. You become so free. I don't know, maybe. Maybe you can. I don't know. You get so much freedom that you become ordered. I don't know. Who knows? All confusing stuff. But yeah, Greece is now probably going to defend this, and Vienna is under siege, so this is a little scary for Austria. As Byzantium and the Ottomans peace out, they will now both be fighting Assyria together. So, enemy of my enemy is my friend. We'll see how this goes, but I think they've done the damage. Assyria's coming. Look at this wave of troops. Netherlands versus Austria. I didn't even realise they had a border, but they have quite a sizable one here. Probably going to be too late for the Dutch to sneak in and grab Vienna, but I'm sure they will try. It was Copenhagen, wasn't it, that they sort of snuck away? Maybe it was Aarhus up here, and then I think they just got Copenhagen themselves. But either way, they snuck up there. But yeah, the Dutch are looking quite good. I'm not a big fan of these borders, just having Belgium trapped in the middle. But there we go, it's something. And Portugal is making some headway against Carthage. Yes, they grabbed this island. They're also going to grab this coastal city pretty soon. And they're going to grab Madrid. So here we go. We'll hang around, because this is probably going to be a very good turn for Portugal. Don't really see Carthage reconquering that island. But it's possible, but it seems unlikely. And Rome versus Austria. Okay, they had a unit lurking round. Yeah, this could be bad. This could be the fall of Austria, I think. Rome in there. Obviously, it gets easier for Greece if Rome starts killing units. This may not be so fun, but they are, they've gone back, they've defended Vienna a little bit better, but now there's going to be a lot more. If the Dutch come over, Rome's going to be throwing some things in. They're going to get bogged down pretty easily. This is going to be tough. Right, back to Portugal before we miss all the action. As Assyria takes their turn, I don't think they have anything close to falling just yet over there. Do take the longest of the civs, as you'd expect. They are the biggest. That's how it should be. Here we go, Portugal, Madrid and Saguntum. Okay, they missed out on the Carthaginian city, but they have eliminated Spain, kind of. The units obviously will hang around. I think you don't have to do it with complete kills anymore. Well, that was a while ago people told me that, and I stopped doing it. But then, one of my more recent ones, I tried it, and it didn't work. So I don't know what happened there. That might have just been a mishap. But either way, it doesn't matter all too much. There is a few units. As long as when I check which civs are remaining, I just use the cities list in the info addicts, and it all works fine. But there you go. Spain has fallen. I'm 99% sure there aren't any sort of hidden cities anywhere else on the map. So there we go. And Carthage, oh, they did regain their island, which is nice for now. And again, Portugal will grab this, but they're not going to have many land units to help out. I think Mali is helping them, but they've not really arrived and contributed just yet. And Spain actually recovered their capital. There you go, that's exciting. They came back to life. Very briefly, I'm sure, because Portugal has way more units that are way stronger. But there you go, they're trying. You've got to give them some credit for that. And there we go. This time, yeah, now they haven't got a melee unit. Now it's over. Madrid falls, and Portugal also grabs this. I'm not sure they'll hold on to this, but there you go. They've got that. Industrial era for the Goths. It's being voted on. Banning of silk. Okay, that's not too important. Well, the civs that have silk won't be happy, but the rest it's okay. Sweden adding another city, so slowly but surely the rest of Scandinavia being swallowed up by Sweden. France has got some borders growing up here. Denmark is at least for now still around. Carthage regains their city. Mercuria and Egypt, that war did not really go very far, but Mercuria did grab this smaller city here, Alexandria, and Sweden actually ended up grabbing Klagenfurt, which they still don't have access to it by water. I guess there's open borders with Poland, but there you go. So Austria does lose a city, but it is to the Swedes instead, which is quite interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Portugal once again take control of that coastal Carthage city, and Austria is just defending the 4 cities they have left, although it looks like someone's also, maybe that's just Poland attacking them over here as well. Arabia's still alive, just ready to defend. I think that's all they can do when Assyria one day comes. Assyria now has planes. That is a big update that we had not had before, but there you go. Byzantium may get this coastal city back. That would be nice for them. Yep, there we go. They've done it. So we'll see if that was a good idea. Probably not if you just judging by how many units are sort of stood there, but we'll see what they can do with that. Morocco's turn. What are you doing, Morocco? How is it going in Morocco? They've not had the best time. They've not really done anything of note, so that's kind of a shame. Portugal has clung on to this city for at least one more turn, which helps. The Garamantes versus Byzantium. I mean, did they have... Oh, this is going to be awkward. There's a few more boats here. This could be a bit painful. Obviously, these planes should start to help Assyria. There's not too... There's only a couple, but they should help them do a little bit more damage that can't really be defended against by the Ottomans and Byzantium, so making their lives that little bit harder. And Assyria, kind of surprisingly the first to get planes, although obviously they have the most land, so they probably have a lot of oil compared to others. But yeah, that is a bit surprising, because I didn't think they were winning on technology. But things can change pretty quickly. Obviously, Portugal's been leading the way for a while, but maybe they don't have any oil. And there you go, Assyria re-grabbed that pretty quickly, which cuts off the Garamantes pretty quickly as well. Portugal regains their island, so yeah, they are starting to make progress. It's not looking so good for Carthage anymore. Right, what else we got? The Huns and Greece have peaced out. They weren't particularly close. I don't know who's attacking this. Maybe Russia? Very weird looking. I don't know why. Who it could be. I guess it is Russia. The Huns versus Rome. That doesn't matter. Wallachia v Rome. Also doesn't really matter too much. But there you go. It's broken out. England v Rome. They do actually border each other. But again, I don't know. Maybe something will happen here. Could be interesting. But again, not very likely. Byzantium retakes their city again. They're just not giving up. They're putting a lot of effort in here. Yeah, it must be Russia attacking this city. Carthage again. They're not giving up easily here. They're putting up a fight, which is good to see. Surprised the Garamantes maybe didn't go after them instead of Byzantium. Could have been a better move. As Assyria once again takes over that city. How is Austria getting on? They're doing fine. They're holding their ground. The Netherlands are starting to show up though, which could be a bit of pressure. They have great war infantries, Gatling guns, which is above Austria, so they're going to have, you know, they have more troops and better technology. That's always a kind of a winning combo. Right, I'm going to go turn my light on because it's very dark in here, but it won't be like long enough for me to edit it out, so it's going to be like half a second. See, and I'm back. If I could talk loud enough, it wouldn't have made a difference, but there we go. It was getting very dark for some reason. It is like raining and snowing outside. Not really snowing, but there was like some snow earlier. Very small amounts, but there you go. Right, who's left with one city? Belgium is still sort of on the edge, but obviously only one civ can really take them out of this one. Who else was one? Denmark's on one. With Rebay here, and I think there's one other civ with one. Oh, Wallachia only has one, and there might be another one, but I think Spain died, so I think there was 4. Here we go. This battle rages on. Portugal is making good progress. They have the naval advance. No, they don't. Carthage actually has frigates too, but obviously Portugal has a lot more, and they do have the infantry level. You know, great war infantry up against rifleman advantage. So yeah, there's definitely some advantages for Portugal here in terms of numbers and technology. So over time they should ground Carthage down, start to win. Obviously Mali was helping, although that doesn't seem to have led to anything. But they did already have 2 cities here in Africa that they could use for melee units and other things, so they had a bit of a head start. Carthage once again regains their city. They're not giving up, and England may actually have some success here. Rome doesn't have many units, and very quickly England has got quite a few. Over here, we'll see if Barcelona comes under threat. That would be quite interesting if England was to grab that. I mean, even these cities at the time I thought were not big deals are now starting to look quite important. 14 and 13. Those are some pretty nice cities for England. Not to mention, 23, 16, 13, 13, 16, 8 and 9s. They're doing very well back at home as well. So yeah, they're not having a bad time. Even their city in Iceland is slowly coming along. Right, embargo the city-states again, because there is none. Ooh, Sweden added this island, I think, at some point, which is quite nice. Cuts off these boats. A Dutch ship of the line. How the heck did you get that? Isn't that an English ship? Can they capture boats? Is that a thing? Can the Netherlands do that? I can't remember. Maybe. I don't remember them. Maybe that's just a bug. I don't know how they got that, but there you go. Just stolen away one of England's unique boats somehow. This is just England. The Great Britain mod wasn't working this time, so we'll try to find some new ones for the next game. I haven't actually come up with any ideas exactly yet for what the next one's going to be. I'm going to be working on that in my head at least today. I had one idea which is kind of interesting. I don't know if it's interesting. It's one of those sort of weirder ideas where we play with the map a little bit and see what happens. Where it will probably just be, the basic vanilla civs in each position, but I'll try and make a big change to the map to influence the game. The Netherlands did just complete the Prora, which is quite exciting for them. Another wonder. They're doing well there. Austria still under pressure. They do get a peace deal with the Ottomans, which is not really the one they should have been worried about. The rest of Byzantium and the Ottomans, though, despite coming up against Assyria's very strong military and air force now, they are still holding up. They're still keeping them at bay behind the mountains, saving the rest of the world, doing them a bit of a favour. But we'll see how long that can last. Okay, Bregenz here is under siege. About half health. Poland. Oh, Poland has artillery. That is a first. No one else has got that yet. That would be... Yeah, there's a few civs at the top of the tech tree, and they've all taken different paths. You've got Portugal with their infantry, and the Dutch similarly with the Great War Infantry, ironclads. Assyria went for flight, and Great War Infantry again. Artillery for Poland. They've all sort of gone slightly different ways. All those civs that were sort of around... I think it was like 54 or 44 technologies last time we looked. There was like a few within about 3 of each other. They've probably all just gone down different paths slightly. But yeah, Vienna is now at 0 health. So it is about who goes first next. Austria or Poland. They both have a melee unit nearby. I think it's the Dutch. There you go. I didn't even see them load up at the bottom there. But there we go. Vienna falls to the Netherlands. Another big win for the Dutch, actually. That's nice for them. A capital city as well. Another one. They have Berlin and Copenhagen. So they add Vienna to the mix. And there we go. They expand. It's very setting up nicely for a Netherlands-Poland face-off to decide who is like the king of, I guess, Central Europe. Which is pretty cool. And here we go. I mean, the Dutch may keep going as well. I mean, they're in prime position to get Salzburg here. Although Poland's artillery is certainly doing a lot of the work, I think. France actually went freedom. They joined... I can't remember who the other one is. It was someone... who was the other freedom? France and Byzantium. There you go. I'm surprised Byzantium got to pick an ideology so early. But there you go. France and Byzantium are the freedom nations in this world. Order for Portugal and the Garamanti. Minus 48 happiness. They are definitely going to have a revolution pretty soon. Which does hurt you. It's a couple of turns, I think, of, no yields of anything. So that could be painful when you're winning the technology category, for example. At least they were 20 turns ago. And then autocracy is the Netherlands, Russia, Austria, Songhai, Assyria, and Poland. I don't know. Is there any notable bigger countries that haven't got one yet that I'm surprised about when, say, Songhai have one? Obviously, availability of coal is kind of key here, I think, for factories. So that might be a part of it, as well as technology. But, Sweden's a bit surprising. England, not got one yet. The Huns are not... They don't look great, but it's because they're next to really big civs. They're not terrible. They've still got 5 good cities there. Rome was really high up at one point, but obviously that's not gone well for them. the others not so surprising. But yes, a bit surprised about Rome. That again might be a lack of coal or just something else. Barcelona is under a bit of a siege, but I think it's safe for now at least. England doesn't really have any siege units or anything to really do some damage. We should see Poland do a lot of damage to this city this turn. Maybe even take it. I'm not 1-2. I think in theory they could have 4 shots. So that's pretty powerful. The Netherlands... okay, the Netherlands turn. Yeah, I must have just not registered that it was them. Portugal and Austria have peaced out. Portugal is... yeah, it looks like they're not going to... they're going to hold on to this stuff now, probably. There's maybe one more unit that could steal it back. The Huns also go in autocracy. The Goths, probably a smart idea, reach a peace deal with Assyria. They're not looking too bad. They got 3 good-sized cities here. They've definitely recovered from that success against that when they, grabbed their cities back off the Huns. And there we go. This is bad for Carthage. The Garamantes coming in. It looks like Mali's also finally found their way through. But yeah, if the Garamantes come and attack them on this side, that can get very rough quite quickly. Istanbul getting a little nervy, but still no siege beginning just yet. But Assyria is sort of getting closer with every passing turn. Sweden to Assyria again. The Dutch yet to begin a siege of Salzburg, and Poland has actually sort of withdrawn. Did they peace out and I miss it? I don't think so. I don't know what Poland's doing, but they seem to be heading this way instead for some reason. Also, Russia is surprisingly quiet. I mean, I know they're going after the Ottomans, which was really stupid, and they're still trying it, but they're still quite big. It's not like they're terrible. I know I've really tried to nerf them, as you can tell by all these mountains. Again, mainly it's because some of the mods that I picked just didn't load up into the game. Some didn't even install when I thought I'd installed them, so it was a bit weird. So yeah, sorry, like we could have had a Finland. I know, normally obviously I put the Soviet Union in and they were turned on and just didn't load into the game. Normally I put them up here at like St. Petersburg or Leningrad, which is I think their capital anyway in this thing, so that does make sense to move them. Well, I think their capital would be Moscow if you play with the mod, but obviously because Russia goes first because they're a vanilla civ, it then becomes the next name. It doesn't let you have the same name twice. I don't think so anyway. Belgium and France peaced out. So yeah, sorry about that. Sorry we've had to make some awful mountain ranges, but I think it works. I don't think people are too mad. I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense for regions like... I guess we could have had the Khazar here. They didn't work either. Another one that I've used so many years and they just don't work anymore. Armenia, I forgot about, as I mentioned. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of... I think this area, like, it makes sense not to use it. Like, I would have to fill it with, like, 5, maybe 7 more, like, versions of Russia or other just civs from out in this region just to make it interesting. And then I'd probably have to move some. It just becomes a bit messy, So I think maybe this is a good way of doing it. Just cutting it off. Saying no one can have it. Same with some parts of the desert. I'm not too worried about this. But yeah, I mean, this area is the area I'm more annoyed about. Sort of Finland, and could have had like a Prussia up here and the Soviet Union and a Finland. And we could have... I think we probably should have... It would have been nice to have like... I think this space should have been more open for the Sumer and Babylon. But at the same time, obviously, that could have led to an even stronger like Assyria. So it's trying to find balance. It's not easy. But I'm trying every time. But yeah, it would have been nice. If Armenia was here, I think that would have hurt Assyria a little bit. And the Khazar, obviously, in the water. These are the areas I'm more annoyed about. But I still probably would have cut off most of this tundra area. Most of the desert would have gone as well. But yeah. There you go. There you know. Carthage going freedom. There we go. 3 civs now going freedom. Carthage, Byzantium, and France. Quite a interesting trio. They're not really close. They're all sort of semi-far away. But you can kind of see it. I feel like they're more cultural... cultural societies, maybe? Not cultural, but, they're more artsy sort of societies. Freedom's more popular. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not at all. Maybe it's just because they're all blue and purpley. Maybe that's what it... Blue, purple, mix of colours. There you go. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe there's a completely different reason for them to choose freedom. Maybe they're just nice. I don't know. Wallachia versus Mali does not matter at all. Or Mali v Wallachia, I should say. And there you go. Bregenz, or Bregenz, has fallen to Poland. So there we go. So now Salzburg and Linz is all that remains for Austria. They're looking a lot smaller down here. Poland adding another city, 2 cities, I guess, from this war, but they would like Salzburg, I imagine. They probably want at least one bigger city out of this as a, a bit of a reward. The Danish declare war on Wallachia, and the Netherlands peace out with the Wallachia, even though the way that it's going, they might border Wallachia pretty soon. Maybe they would have, should have held on, kept going. Oh, well. We'll see fairly soon. Portugal's clinging on fine by the look of it. It looks like, yeah, now this is pretty cemented. It's Portuguese territory. Oh, wow. That came out of nowhere. They're probably going to get this one pretty easily, too. The Garamantes not progressing too much just yet, but I'm sure soon we'll see more. And the Ottomans, for the first time, one of these cities coming under siege. And also Istanbul is starving. It's dropped to 8 population. 7. Assyria eating all their food, pillaging their tiles. It's not looking good for the Ottomans, but I think they can weather the storm, maybe get a peace deal. The problem is they'll probably end up giving away like every other city in the peace deal, and it wouldn't have been worth it. And look at that, Byzantium still fighting back. They once again conquered this city back. They are not giving up. They're not giving up here. They're not willing to accept defeat just yet. I'm sure one day they might have to, but for now at least they're not giving up. Right, Russia's had enough maybe of attacking the Ottomans, so they're going to attack Wallachia maybe on the way home. See, Salzburg is into the yellow. Now, Rome is cut off. They obviously joined in this war against Austria. But Greece still has a chance of getting in there. So, yeah, it's kind of a 3-way race at the moment as this city continues to drop. And there you go. Poland puts it in the red. Now, Greece goes next, but they don't have a melee unit actually nearby. So, it's not going to be them. Portugal did just grab another city off Carthage. That one that they put into the red very quickly. There you go. Boom. So they're getting more control of the entrance to the Mediterranean. You're going to be paying them a lot for open borders, I imagine, if you want to get out and explore the rest of the map. Because there are some civs who probably haven't got out to the Atlantic. They don't even know that England's here because it's just so difficult to get open borders. So that's quite interesting. Well, I guess they know they're there through World's Congress. They will have an embassy in London, but that's about it. The map won't show much more than that until they get to those later technologies. Garamantes and, not the Garamantes, Portugal and Carthage peace out, and they give up another city in the process, so a big win there for Portugal, particularly getting this at 13 population. Obviously these have dropped to sort of 1, 4, 1, but yeah, getting Hippo Regius here at 13, although it does give them some rebels. I'm sure they can deal with that. And there you go, Carthage, I'm getting all these civs confused. Byzantium losing their city again to Assyria, while the Ottomans may be starving. They are surviving for now. Istanbul down to 6. And Edirne at sort of 60% health. Maybe there's still hope for them. How is Salzburg? It is on 0. I think the Dutch have been, yes, because it's down to the mods, which means Poland does have the opportunity to grab this, because they go first. Unless Greece has a unit which can run incredible. No, this unit's got 2 rivers to cross. No hope. So Poland will grab Salzburg, which will end Austria's expansion down this way, unless they just attack Poland straight after, which would probably be the biggest head-to-head war we've had so far. If we were to get that between 2 of the big countries, that would be quite exciting, and I think fairly evenly matched as well. It would be very interesting. They have different advantages in different things. Artillery for Poland, great war infantry for the Dutch. The Netherlands probably have a better navy than yeah, they do have a better navy than Poland. And there you go, as I said, Poland who goes first. I don't know how I knew Poland went first. I think I must have seen that they went first a few turns ago. Because, yeah, they're both from the same DLC, right? Maybe? Oh, no, maybe one's Gods and Kings. Is Poland Gods and Kings? No, I think they're both Brave New World civs. Actually, I don't know which one the Netherlands are from, but either way, whatever. That's how the order goes, if you've never noticed. It goes Vanilla, Civ 5, Gods and Kings, Brave New World, and then mods. That's decided. It's not like the order I put them in. If somebody always goes first, I think Arabia always goes first, although they go quite quickly, so you might not see it. But yeah, it's not by choice. That is just how the game works. It's alphabetical. I think not even by it might be by leader. I can't remember. It's alphabetical something. I think Poland, Portugal, and then it goes mods. Okay, the mods aren't alphabetical. That's for sure. I can't remember if it's by the leader or something. There's maybe a way it's worked out, but whatever. It's not super important. I think it's by Civ. It might be alphabetical. Hang on. Arabia, Egypt, England. Yeah, that's alphabetical. France, Greece. Of all the vanilla Civs, the Ottomans, Rome, Russia. Yeah, the actual in-game civs are alphabetical, and the DLCs, Babylon, yeah, then it goes to Austria, Carthage. Okay, I don't know, actually. The Huns, Netherlands, Sweden, some parts of it are definitely alphabetical. I think, it's because the thes at the start of the civ's name aren't counted, so it's not the Netherlands, I think, it's just Netherlands, and then, oh no, because then Morocco will go, I don't know. The Huns, like, I don't know if the T is counted or the H is counted, it doesn't matter too much. Poland will be getting a 4th city out of Austria, so they've definitely profited more from this, which will scare the Netherlands. This is kind of a rivalry emerging. You've sort of got East versus West. I mean, Russia could be easily considered a third one here. You just got 3 massive blobs. So that is quite exciting to see how they interact with the rest of the world and with each other. But there we go, yeah. Poland's obviously in the worst spot there. They are sandwiched between Russia and the Netherlands, not Russia and Germany, so it could, you know, maybe this is the alternate future they enjoy, but there we go, or alternate past. Yeah, because it's in the past, right? Well, I mean, there's still, yeah, now there's someone else, isn't there? There's Poland, then there's someone else, then there's Russia. There's Belarus, I think, between Poland and Russia now, so they have a bit of space, I think, anyway. Just trying to remember what the map looks like. Right, here we go. Turn 235. Still processing at a nice and healthy speed. It is a miracle, guys. It is a miracle. We are going to get somewhere. Austria and Greece have peaced out. Russia, Denmark, Babylon, Austria, Byzantium, Carthage. Who is this? Okay, that city, I'm not even going to look at it anymore. It just keeps changing hands. It is the Assyrian one. Well, how have you done that then, Netherlands? They have stuck in again and beaten Poland again to a city as they grabbed the city of Linz there, which was sort of eastern Austria. Add some lovely border gore, and they do now border the Goths and Wallachia. Who would have thought? But there you go, that is ugly. So now I'm really hoping we get a big Austria-Poland war to sort this all out. Austria, Netherlands, Poland. Austria and Sweden pieced out. I mean, Austria is pretty much dead at this point. They might have a few units sort of stumbling around. There's a worker, which Poland will probably capture, and an archaeologist. Sweden versus Denmark. That will depend on the Netherlands probably giving them open borders. I don't think they're going to force their way through here. And France versus Denmark. Okay, Denmark could actually grab the city here and begin the comeback very slowly. Arabia goes order. Not sure about that decision. The order civs are really struggling, but okay, you go that way too. Egypt declares war on Arabia. That's a new one. We haven't seen that before. I don't really think Egypt will have much success. They only have Memphis here on the coast and not many boats. Arabia does have a couple more coastal cities, but weaker boats. I don't know. We probably won't see anything happen there. Austria and Rome, yep, again, Poland and Rome piecing out. Poland did capture that archaeologist and worker. I'm guessing Austria just has, a scout or something crazy, just walking around somewhere, which is why they're not dead, and why people still piecing out with them. Who's this? Autocracy for Sweden. There we go. That was one I was waiting for. Poland not waiting around and actually joining forces with the Dutch. Sadly against... Oh no, they do border Byzantium. But with Greece very aggressively slapping down 3 citadels here. It's very awkward to get to. So I don't think Poland or the Netherlands will have much luck here. I mean, Poland could with the artillery, but it seems unlikely to me that they'll do much there. England has become the 4th civ. Freedom is becoming a bigger and bigger choice for there. The 4th freedom civ. Maybe not all wanting to go autocracy. There isn't any founder bonuses available anymore either, for the first 2 that get those bonus picks of tenets. So it's quite weird that they're spreading out, but fair enough. I mean, freedom's fine. If you want to go freedom, that's cool. It wouldn't make sense really to go order just because it's so bad for your happiness. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I think the deity AI can deal with it pretty fine. But there you go. I don't think it actually impacts them in any way. But there you go. England has gone with the freedom ideology. They also, I think, the second civ to have a plane. I apologise if I've missed a civ somewhere. Portugal's yet to have them, who are kind of the front runners. Poland doesn't have them yet. They were doing pretty good for tech. We know the Dutch are doing well. Rome's doing well, but they don't have any planes. So yeah, weirdly enough, I think England second to get a plane, which is pretty cool. Rock on England. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. But that will be it for this episode. Sorry it's been a bit patchy with the editing work, but like I said, I took my opportunity to get a little bit ahead of schedule, or not even ahead, but just get some stuff done early and out of the way, so I have less to do today. which is good because it means my voice will be saved for the stream, which happened yesterday, so this will be very confusing to you, plus all this day off stuff, which was like 4 days ago, but whatever. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Most of you have. It's been fantastic. These videos have had a lot of support. Also, Istanbul is about to drop. It didn't see that. It's in the red there in the middle of the screen. But yeah, you guys have been giving these a lot of support. The minutes watched have been like off the scale. So yeah, thank you for that. I think that has to do with the length as well. But either way, super thankful for you guys showing so much support to these. I'm hoping that I'm doing enough a week to keep you guys entertained. I'm obviously doing the streams as well, if you want to see me do my more let's play stuff and me playing games. But yeah, I'm trying to keep these separate as videos. I hope you're enjoying that kind of style. I might stream some in the future, some more different things, but I want to keep these mainly as videos for now at least, because there's 2 days where I just can't stream, so it kind of, you know, works out perfectly for me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Grid, no grid.